Everybody, it's Christine with Coco Daisy, and I have been wanting to do this video for quite a while, and I'm excited that I get to do it now. I have so many ideas I want to share with you, and this is centered around memory planning, specifically using our Daisy planner, which is what I do all of my memory planning in. And I love our Daisy planner because the way that it's set up, it's super neutral, and I can customize it with any colors I want. I can set it up to, I can use the items from each collection each month of our Coco Daisy collections, and I love that I get to use that. I predominantly use items from our modern memory keeping kit in here. I do a lot of stamping in here, and yeah, I love this system. I've been using this system for a couple years now, and we just released our Daisy planner for 2023. We had that on pre-order. Hopefully you were able to grab one during pre-order. What we have left is in the store. I believe it is in the store now. So you can order one. They should be shipping out by mid-December to definitely before the end of December. You'll get this before the new year. We had some issues. They were supposed to be released in October, and then we just had a lot of issues with supply and back and forth, but we finally have it all settled, and it will be coming out, and we will have those very, very soon. But if you're new to memory planning, I'm hoping to inspire you. If you're new to our Daisy planners, I'm hoping to give you a good look at them and how you can use them. So first off, one of the things that I want to make sure you understand is that each Daisy planner is 6 months, and they are completely undated. So if you look, so we'll go way over here. So there's no date on the tab. And you can purchase them either coiled or uncoiled. So if you want to get one that is uncoiled and you want to punch it and use it with a disc system, you can certainly do that. If you purchase it with the coil, I will mention we put a large coil on ours, and the reason we do that is because if you do end up using it for memory planning like I do, you end up with a lot of layers and some bulk in there. And so having that large coil definitely gives you that room to grow, which I love that. So, but it comes completely undated. And so with that, we also include a couple of sticker sheets. So you'll get a set that is black and gray, and then you'll get a set of the, see if I have one or if I just have the black and gray. But you get 2 sets of stickers. Oh, and then you get the colors. So whether you want to do the color or just the black and gray. But it gives you the stickers to then date your calendar and your tab. So you can put the month on the tab, and then you can go ahead and use the stickers to fill in the calendar. And what I like about this too is that, like, let's say you discovered us mid-January and you want to try this out. Well, you can still order one because you can start it whenever you want to start it. We release one Daisy planner per year because it is undated. So we do not release another 6-month one in June. We just do it the one a year because, again, it's undated, and you can make it work for whenever you purchase it and start it. So this is what it would look like. You get the great quote on the one page. You have your calendar, and then you go into your planning. So if you want to so you could do this either way. So you get this section, and then you also get this section. So whether you want to do memory keeping here and regular planning here, you can do that, or vice versa. because I use an A5 rings for my daily planning, I do not use this section. I only use this section. And so I'm going to go through and show you what I do, because my dilemma was I love the coil. I'm not a big disc fan. I just love the coil. But I find it a lot easier to work on the pages when they're not bound. And so how do you do that with a coil? Very simple. What I do, and it works out really well because I don't use these pages. So what I do is I tear these out. So I tear all of these pages out like so, and then I trim them down. And then I just go through and I adhere them to these pages. And it ends up working out. So to be honest, because it's back to back, I end up a lot of times using part of the next year, the next 6 months, and it just kind of keeps going and going, but I haven't gotten ahead of myself yet. Or one of the things that you can do is we have some of the older ones on clearance. Grab one of those if you want to tear up your album and do it that way too, and then you have more pages. But this is just what I have found works for me. So I will tear those pages out, I will cut them down, and then I will literally adhere them on the pages like that. And then I have it all contained, and I'm using all of the pages. Nothing's going to waste, and it works for me because I love the structure and setup and paper and everything in the album. I just don't use these pages. So it ends up working out great for me. I love it. So I wanted to show you also something else that I do with mine. And then I'll go into layout and all of that fun stuff as well. So I like to use our classic vertical insert. I like to use the front page from that, and I cover up the tab. So I love our quotes. I think they're beautiful. But again, I love being able to use my Cocoa Daisy product in each month. I really enjoy using that, and I love how it works with that month, and I like playing with the theme and everything like that. So what I'll do is, and you have to, they're almost to the perfect size, because these will work with a classic happy planner as well. And our daisy planner is just a smidge smaller. So I just have to trim down a little bit, and I will adhere that to that page. And then what I've done before also is, if you want to, you can even use the calendar from this set and use it in there as well. So if you're using the calendars, you can use that part too. And again, it continues on with that theme, and you can use all of the great stickers and stuff like that. For October, because I was a little late with October, I opted to just skip the calendar page and go right into my memory planning. But I do have to add my little cover on there. So that's another thing that you can do, that you can add to customize these. And I will mention again, if we have any of the older ones, and I don't know if we do, or if they're in our Etsy warehouse and they're discounted, because they're undated, it's a great way to try our daisy planner, because you can cover up the tab page if you want to customize it, and then just use the stickers to date it. So it's a great way to try it out. So let's get into a little bit of the design aspect of this. So what I do is I kind of stick to, I have a stamp set, and it was, I think we still have them in the store, and it was this larger number set. And I love having that at the top. You'll see I use that in a different color. Pretty much every month I switch out the color. I go through, I stamp them all with the dates, and I like that bit of boldness at the top, and it's a great first layer. And then for a lot of you that are like, well, I don't have anything to record. I don't have, my kids are grown. I don't travel a lot. What do I do with, what do I do every day? And honestly, one thing that I've started doing, and I really enjoy this because I think it makes you pause a little bit each day, is I take a photograph every single day. It doesn't matter what it is, but I try to take a photograph of something every single day. And then when I go and print them out, I print them all out kind of together and cut them up. And you would be surprised at how nice it is to go back and the things that you thought were just, mundane or normal, you go back and you look, and it's a memory from that day. And it's so fun to have all of that recorded. And I feel like it's a great, there's not a lot of pressure. It's just a quick snapshot. You're not doing a huge layout about every single special moment. It's just capturing a little something from every single day. And you can see that's why it's the food or the dog or, creating a mess in the garden or going to the flea market with my mom. All of those things, you can capture all of those things, and they're a memory. And if you've put it in your mind to take a picture every day, I think what happens is you start looking for those memories and those moments. And it kind of makes you a little more grateful for the stuff that you maybe normally think is mundane or isn't special. You realize it's all kind of special. And I love that about this process. And I love that about trying to capture all of those things. And so that is something that I do every day. And it's why I love this system. And it's why I've continued with it. This is probably the one memory keeping system that I have been super, super consistent with. And I do feel like you have the option to be creative. Yes, it's very structured, which is nice. So when you're in a hurry and you don't have a lot to add, like this one here, I just did some rub-ons and a few die cuts, a teeny bit of stamping, and that was it. I didn't have a lot of time to finish this particular week. I was kind of in a hurry and super simple. But then you have other times when you have a little bit more time to be creative. And that's what I did here. I used one of the cards from, I believe this is from the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. I added a little bit more stamping, a larger title, and had a little bit more fun with it. You can also, so for instance here, I was like, I missed a day. Oh well, I mean, there's no pressure. So I just enlarged my photograph and I had that kind of cover 2 days. If you miss a day, you can add pattern paper. You can do a bunch of stamping. You can add just a title and not stress about it. If you have a lot of photographs, there's nothing that says that all has to be on that particular day. Look at it as a whole layout, which is what I did here with the way I have the title going across. So you can break the rules. It's structured there, which is great, but at the same time, you can completely break the rules a little bit. Now you'll notice I don't have my journaling. That's my only bad habit, is I will do them all and then I will go back and add my journaling. So this is an example of what the journaling looks like. And I use a sticker paper. That's the one thing that I found that works the best for me because I do not like my handwriting. I like the structure of, and I love fonts, and I look at fonts as a design element. So what I did here is there's sticker paper that you can run through your printer, you can cut, and then it fits perfect on here. So here's an example of what a completely finished page would look like. And again, you don't have to add a lot of journaling with each one. Some pictures, like this one, for instance, I just had the picture and then I cut up one of the pocket cards from the Modern Memory Keeping Kit to fit in the rectangle and in that day and just put it there. Sometimes I cover up the dates, sometimes I don't. So it's fun to start with the large dates, and then you can layer over them, you can stamp over them, you can even cover them up, it doesn't matter. You can use a larger photograph, a lot of photographs. Oh, and my A fell off. So I gotta move my A. My A fell off. So you have fall decor. So I did that, and then there's some stamping on here, and then a few little of those great little puffy koi. That was back from June, I think we did that one. Excuse me. And then we go into October. And then one of the things that I wanted to show you, so let's say you do have an occasion, you travel, or you have a big family event where you have a ton of pictures. Well, then what do you do? Because the way that it's structured, you can fit one, maybe two per day. But, you know, let's say you go on vacation, and this I thought was a lot of fun. So we went to Curacao in October, and I had a ton of vacation pictures. And so I wanted to think of a way to add the journaling and have all of the pictures. And because I tear out pages, it actually worked out really, really well. So I did a bunch of photographs. I did some stamping. I did these little mini photographs, which I thought turned out really, really cute in the little tags. Again, just some stamping. So there's really nothing else on here but a ton of pictures. There's some layered. There's a few on foam adhesive. So it was a way to get a lot of pictures on here. And then for my journaling, what I did, and I'll find a page to kind of show you. So what I did is I adhered, so we'll just kind of pretend. So I adhered my page here, and then that page in the middle with the journaling, what I did is I took one of these pages, I didn't tear it out. This, of course, would be a lot easier if you had a disc-bound system, but if you have a coil, this is how you would do it. And I trimmed this page off, but I left it attached, so there was a little bit left on here. Then I printed my journaling on a piece of vellum. And what I laid that over top of that little piece and adhered it down with a piece of washi tape on both sides. And then that created my inserted pager. So if you wanted to do that and add more photographs, you could do the same idea. You could do a piece of vellum and then add a couple more photographs and then the journaling around it if you wanted to. If you wanted to create another small section, you could just adhere the photos on there before you cut it out. So there's a couple ways that you could do that, and then have it still be 1 week because you can still see the next page. And that was the whole idea behind that, is I wanted to be able to have you know that it all goes together rather than just have it go to another page. So I think it turned out really, really cute, and I love the big title on there. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this format, make it work for you, have it as simple or as layered and complex as you like. So you can see that I did that here with a lot of photographs. And then we continue on, and again, more stamping. And again, it's a picture a day. If you have a larger picture you want, you can layer that. It doesn't have to stay within the boundaries of each section for the day. There's no rules there that says that you have to do that. But again, I love this system. I love the fact that I get to play with it, and it can be as time consuming as I want. It can be simple, it can be fast, or I can take the time and really try and be creative. You'll see a lot of times I use those pocket cards from the Modern Memory Keeping Kit. I use those a lot on here. I use chipboard, a lot of stamping, mixture of our stamps and stamps that I get from other companies. I love Carrie Bradford's stamps, are great for adding small bits to photographs as well. Die cuts. I love the big alphas we get in the classified memory keeping kit. I use those quite often as well. So that is a look at how I use my daisy planner and how I create my memory keeping. I encourage, or my memory planning, but it's also my memory keeping. It makes it super simple and it's structured, but yet at the same time, there's so much room for creativity with this. But I can't stress enough, what I love about this is that if you do take a picture a day, those things that you think are mundane are not mundane because they're part of your life. And someday your children or your loved ones are going to love seeing what you thought was worthwhile, what you enjoyed, what you looked at. I mean, it's not all about birthdays and holidays. There's so much more to our life than just vacations, birthdays, and holidays. There's all kinds of moments that you should capture and enjoy. You know, just like this one here. This is precious to me, this picture. It's just my mom and dad over for pizza. But the fact that I have that picture, I'm going to be so thankful for. So it's all of those things. So that is why I love this system. And that is how I use it, how I make it work for me. And I wanted to share that with you and share with you, especially because our Daisy Planner, we are coming out with one for 2023. And a lot of you may not be familiar with it. So I wanted to go through that and just kind of give you a little overview as well. So I hope you've been inspired. I hope if you use the Daisy Planner, or even if you use a Happy Planner, I hope that this has shown you, kind of given you some ideas, even if it's just inspiration on how to memory plan every day. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you have stuff that you'd like to see more of in memory planning, let me know. If you have questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them.